One life, one decade, one chance to grow while it still matters. Welcome back for day 105 of Completing My 20s. Today's topic will be becoming driven or being driven. And the reason why this is important is because while a lot of people are living their life on day-to-day basis, doing the schedule not that they have created, but the schedule that honestly has created them. They go through life walking through this path and they just get a job and they stick with it, or they go to school without taking time to figure out their purpose and what drives them. Now, the reason why, well, the first thing I want to start off with being driven is setting goals. Harvard Business Study, 83% of people had no goals. 14% had goals, but unwritten, and only 3% had written goals. Now, I know yesterday I talked about writing down goals and the importance of that, but that 3% who wrote down their goals achieved 10 times more than the rest of them combined. So put that into perspective. Find goals that drive you and fulfill your purpose in life, write them down, and execute. There's something called the goal setting theory by Locke and Latham. It shows that specific, challenging goals increase effort, persistence, and performance compared to vague or do your best goals. So pretty much what that means is be very specific. Find out exactly what you're trying to accomplish. Create sub goals that are steps that you can accomplish to make this big goal happen. And again, start doing them. Unnaturally, you'll start doing them just because you write them down. You're holding yourself to a expectation, and it hurts your self-esteem when you don't fulfill things that you set yourself expected to do. The second thing I want to talk about is building intrinsic motivation. Do it because it matters to you. That has to go with what I just said about having a purpose. Self-determination theory by Deci and Ryan shows that people are most motivated when they pursue goals tied to autonomy, mastery, and purpose, not just external rewards. So if you know something that is going to fulfill you, you are more likely to pursue these goals. Pretty simple as that. And a good way of figuring that out is figuring out your why. So if your goal is to make 100,000, figure out why. For me, let's say I want to be rich. The first thing I did is figure out, well, why do I want to be rich? What do I want from being rich? And then when I realized, well, I want the money, I want the women, I want the traveling, I want the good food. I was like, yeah, that's nice. That's nice. But then I thought like that for a while, but I figured there's more. What do I really want? And then I was like, well, I would love for my mom to never pay a bill ever again. I would love for me and my family to be taking vacations multiple times a year. I would love to give my friends and my family the opportunities that they wouldn't have without the money. Make their businesses come to life. Do whatever I can. Once I started thinking like that, I really realized the purpose and the fulfillment that I want to seek in this journey to becoming financially successful. And then the last thing I want to talk about becoming driven is the cultivative resilience through challenge. Adversity builds drive. Psychologist Angela Duckworth's research on grit found that resilience and perseverance predict success better than raw talent. If you find somebody and you say this person is talented, that might be 1 to 3% of the things that they have achieved in their life. Raw talent, in my opinion, does not exist. Any NBA player, any athlete out there, really. Don't get me wrong. Genetics help your physical capabilities to a degree, but when it comes to achieving your goals, let's say you want to be a good photographer. No one's just talented at photography. You sit there and you take 100 pictures a day, and you do it again, and you do it again, and you do it again. And today, and like with this YouTube channel, I'm creating videos every day, and I'm talking every day, and I'm just trying to get better every day. The grit that I have that keeps me going is directly correlated in success, and it builds drive more than what some would call raw talent. And I just want to take a quick intermediate break to apologize for my gimbal. I don't know why it's being like keeps moving. I don't know why. So, to also give you another example of that, history is full of examples. Oprah Winfrey overcoming poverty, Elon Musk pushing through failures to show adversity when reframed fuels determination. The stress inoculation theory shows that overcoming manageable challenges actually increases confidence and drive because each win proves you can handle more. So to go back to what I was saying at the beginning of this video, when you're setting these goals, you have to set sub goals. My goal in life is to be financially free, to become in a mental clarity where I understand all my emotions, and 3, to be physically in the best shape possible. I don't set these goals and think that this is where I am going to, like, I'm going to do something for a year and then this is where I'm going to be. These 3 things, I know there are probably a million things which in these that I need to accomplish first. So, for example, on the physical strength part of it, let's say I bench 135 pounds. Well, in 2 weeks, I want to bench 140 pounds. Then 2 weeks after that, I want to bench 145 pounds. I'd be writing this down every single time if that's something I really wanted, and I would work towards it, and I would slowly to eventually become, let's say, a 225 bench, and that maybe then that's where my physical capabilities will be content at. So in conclusion, to be driven, you need to have clear goals and know your target. Intrinsic purpose. Love the game, not just the trophy. Find your purpose, find what fulfills you, and work towards it. And number 3, the resilience mindset. Turn setbacks into fuel and quit trying to act like people who are successful have raw talent. These people put in the work, and so do you. So thank you guys for tuning in for day 105 of Completing My 20s, and today is how to be driven.